In this video, we are going to tell you the truth about summers in Florida.
There's a lot of stories, a lot of people leaving comments online, so we want to kind of give you the real deal, what you need to know, and let's do it.
If you're looking to move to the Sarasota, Venice, Englewood, Northport,
Port Charlotte
areas, make sure to call, text, or email me. I am a realtor here in the area. My information will be in the description box below.
So first thing, let's just get it out of the way because everyone always is going to talk about Florida summer, so hot, so humid. Tell people what to expect because it bothers you a lot more than it bothers me. I don't mind. And I'll tell you why in a second.
Yes, it's hot and humid. It does get very, very hot. Like you'll be getting out of your house into your car and well, at least for me, like I'll start sweating. You don't sweat as
It takes
much.
me a lot. Yeah, I don't sweat so easy.
Yeah, so it depends on, your heat tolerance.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. But yeah, what bothers me the most is the heat and humidity, mainly because I hate getting out of my house and into the car and like I'm already sweating. Like I can't handle that.
Another problem that you have that I don't, your hair.
Especially with the humidity, yes.
It causes frizz?
Frizz, yeah.
What is that exactly? I can't relate. So
your hair goes up.
it just gets poofy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think it's an alright look though. I think you should just roll with it. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, I don't mind the heat and humidity. I actually like it. I dislike the winters here. I would prefer the really hot weather than the days where it gets down to 50 or 60, which feels cold after you've acclimated to Florida's weather. I would take the hot, humid stuff. I like sweating. We talked about this on channel previously. My main job outside of helping her is basketball, and I don't know, my joints feel better, my muscles feel more loose, I feel more explosive. I just like it for that side of things.
If you're working out, that's fine. Right?
And
If you're just going about your day.
I just dislike being cold, period, too. So, like, when it's humid, like, the heat is everywhere, which for some people is a terrible thing. We've got some neighbors and people that you sold homes to are like, yes, give me that humidity. So it just depends on the person. Mm-hmm. One other thing to consider with that heat and humidity is it doesn't really matter where you are, any store, any movie theater, you name it, restaurant, inside, typically it's gonna be really cold. Like you get out of, like you're like, get out of there like, man, I'm kind of cold, and it's nice then to have that humidity when you get outside.
When you're in the grocery stores, like your hands will get so cold, and when you're walking out and it's like really hot, it's like, oh, I can feel my hands again.
I came out of Walmart and my nose was dripping. That should tell you something. And one other thing to mention is you can get out of that heat and humidity just by going somewhere with air conditioning, staying home into your air conditioning. You got pools, you got the beach. So there's a lot of ways to keep yourself cool. You don't have to be out in it. And again, I would take that over the snow and the slush and the sleet and the dangerous driving and all that kind of stuff.
Another thing you need to know about summers in Florida is the amount of people that we have.
Or lack thereof.
Lack thereof. Yeah, everyone just goes back home, mostly to like Canada and the northern United States, yes.
East Coast, yeah.
When it's not cold anymore and they want to be back home with their families.
Yeah, and I'd say maybe somewhat of an exception to that would be like Orlando and Miami, I guess, because those are a little less touristy areas, maybe Tampa to some degree, but like where we live, Venice, Sarasota, most of the beach towns, there's like no one here compared to like the other seasons. You can see it in the traffic and all that, like when you're driving somewhere, when you want to go to a restaurant to eat, there's less of a wait. We've also heard the portions are bigger because there's less people, and I think I've kind of experienced, it's so hard to tell and quantify that, but yeah, there's definitely less people in general, and I like that.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't? Because it's driving's better.
I do too. Yeah, it takes you a lot less time to, get from one place to the other. During winter, you can probably add on another 5 to 10 minutes anywhere you're going.
Yeah, in the Venice area. In Orlando, oof.
Yeah, if you're on I-4 in Orlando, you're not going
Maybe 15 to 20 minutes. We've had some places that could take anywhere from 30 minutes, low traffic, to an hour, high traffic. That's the difference. Here, 5 to 10 minutes, which is why we like Venice a little bit more. And I'd say for sure, like cities like ours where it's, you get more of that difference from one season to the other. I would say in season, triple the traffic versus out of season, maybe even a quarter of the traffic, at least a third of. So I went 3 times and then I went a third. But you get what I'm saying. 3 times as much in the busy season, maybe 4 times. It's at least double. And that's not an exaggeration. That's straight facts. We need to find out if there's a way to statisticalize that. Next thing.
It rains most days.
Wash the spider out.
Yeah. Which I kind of like that.
I do.
You do? Okay. I mainly like it because then the grass looks greener, like flowers, everything looks so much better. During winter, everything's kind of like dead, like the grass is yellow.
It's somewhat, yeah, it's green with brown, yeah.
Patches. So I do like the rain just because of that reason. But it can get a little bit dangerous if you're driving, especially when you have like torrential downpours.
We do get those frequently.
Yes.
In the summer especially.
And then some streets will kind of like flood a little bit too.
Especially like on the edges by the gutters and things. Yeah. And yeah, those torrential downpours, just to put it into perspective, like in Wisconsin, we would get that maybe once or twice a year, maybe 3 times. Here, you can expect that about once a week, maybe every 2 weeks. And like when it comes down, it's just like so thick of a rain that you just can't see. And almost all the traffic, even if you're on like a highway where it's 65, will come to a near stop, sometimes stop. But outside of that, like the typical showers, like I've heard some people complain like it rains every day in Florida. Well, yeah, in the summer, not in the winter. We hardly get any rain in the winter. But in the summer, yeah, just about every day. But it's usually like half hour, 20 minutes, maybe an hour of rain. Some days, obviously, it's longer than that. But most days it's done. It's so hot that it just evaporates. It's not like it's mushy outside everywhere. So it's not really a big deal. You just kind of account for it to happen sometime between 3 and 6 p.m. and you move on with your day.
And on that tangent, storms can be very, very intense.
Yeah, so outside of just your normal typical showers, that like actual thunderstorms, they hit different here than they do anywhere else we've been so far.
Especially in Venice, I don't know, for some reason it just feels like the sky is lower. And whenever we have like lightning or thunder, it just feels like it's like right there.
I swear there was one day I was in the office working and it's like by the wall, by the side where our house is kind of near the other house. And there's not a lot of space between houses. And I swear lightning hit right in between in the lawn. It sounded like it because it was like the thunder and then like immediate.
Like
yeah, it was shook and I saw some light. It was crazy. But Florida, I believe, is like the top state for people getting struck by lightning. Yeah. Like it'll come out of nowhere, it comes quick, it'll come close, and it comes more frequently. But I kind of like it too. I like thunderstorms to begin with. So if you like thunderstorms, like Florida in the summer is like the spot to be.
Beautiful.
Some of those lightning when it goes across the sky like in this web sometimes, and I've never seen it hit quite like that anywhere else.
Yeah, and especially like when the sun's going down and you're getting thunder, it looks like the colors look really, really beautiful, which is a weird thing, especially for me to say because I'm like afraid of thunder and lightning, but it does look beautiful, like picture perfect. And
this, I've never seen this anywhere else, but like there's been a few times where we'll be at the beach and it'll be like clear sky over here and you can see the thunderstorm rolling in, and it just looks incredible. It's absolutely gorgeous and just shows you like all of Mother Nature, what she has to offer in one spot. It's pretty cool. But on that note, I think we should, it's also kind of a con because of not just people getting struck by lightning, but you can get tornadoes. People don't realize that about Florida. Obviously hurricanes, but with those, you usually have a very advanced warning. You kind of know about where it's going to hit a day or two in advance so you can evacuate, and a lot of the homes are built to withstand it to some degree at least.
Yeah, and I mean, during summer, you just want to be prepared just in case something does happen. Just have like canned foods, water, bottled water, just in case something were to happen, you're prepared in your house.
And applesauce and fruit snacks and candy,
lots of candy and wine just in case.
And beer, stuff like that, the essentials.
Actually, that's like a thing in Florida, I guess. Like Floridians will during hurricane season be prepared with like beer and like alcohol in their houses. I don't know if that's just a meme, but
yeah, it's not just generators and sump pumps and things like that. And this is another thing I've noticed, definitely, like we kind of like laugh at these storms in a way, like if a new hurricane's coming and they give it a name, or even after a hurricane hit, they'll name like restaurants after it, they'll name drinks after it, they'll create a new shot that's named after it. Like it's kind of funny, but it's kind of part of like the culture here. So it's like, you know, it's, you just like own it and it becomes a part of the daily life, and that's all due to summer in Florida. Another thing you should know about summers in Florida is that if you are considering moving here, you definitely need to make a point of coming here and spending, I would say, at least a week to give you a sense of what it's really like. Because it's one thing to watch this video and be like, okay, I kind of know what's going on, but you got to experience it firsthand. Because there's been people we've seen leave comments on different social media posts we've made saying, oh, I thought it would be no big deal, but I just couldn't take the heat and humidity after a while, or the hurricanes or whatever. And I personally, I don't think hurricanes are that bad around here, and I'm not that worried. But again,
I think,
everyone's
yeah,
different.
hurricanes is more like if you're like in the Miami area, I feel like that's where they always hit.
Yeah, and it's more of a concern.
Yeah.
Or even like kind of the panhandle. Like, it just never hits kind of this Venice, Sarasota area, it seems like. At least not hard.
Yes. And being here for a week or so, it'll give you a better understanding and a better feel for what the weather's like here, and see if you can actually handle it before you make the big move.
Yeah, it's my favorite season, so maybe it'll be yours, but maybe you'll be like, ooh, I can't do this.
Not my favorite season, but I guess I'd rather deal with that than deal with below zero temperatures in Wisconsin.
If you want to know more about living in Florida, check out this playlist right here.
If you're looking to move to the Sarasota, Venice areas, make sure to call, text, or email me. My information will be in the description box below.
If you want to get some Live Breezy merch, check out the link in the description. Leave a comment, let us know any other questions you have or thoughts. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications, and live breezy.